Hey, but an interesting thing that happened TV related this week, which is the Power Rangers fan film. I say the, even though there have of course been many,
yes.
with anything popular.
I think this is the one.
This is the definitive.
This is the definitive one. It's the one that certainly the most time and energy and money went into.
Yeah.
There were some effects going on in that thing.
it was very well made. Yeah. Certainly, I mean that's one reason it was going to get people's attention. The fact that Katie Sackhoff and James Vanderbeek were in it.
Yes.
Was kind of amazing.
Very amazing.
Like
Pink Ranger
and Vanderbeek playing Rocky, the second Red Ranger.
Yeah.
That was incredible. He was good, you know.
Who, Vanderbeek?
Yeah, I like Vanderbeek. Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah, no, it was.
Yeah, no. You watched him on Don't Trust the Beat?
Yeah.
He was great.
He was great on that. He retweeted me the other day, by the way.
He did?
He retweeted me because during the Oscars, I tweeted, you know that CBS's PR department is high-fiving and saying, you start running those Academy Award winner Patricia Arquette CSI cyber ads they had ready now. And so I guess he thought that was...
And it is, you are accurate.
Because, you know, they really, I mean, I was joking, but not that they had those ready.
Oh, of course they did.
Yeah,
well, she was a lock to win.
She was a lock I mean, nothing's a lock, but she was a 99% gonna win.
Yeah.
So it's like, they had those ready.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. And we do like the Vanderbeek. So what did you think of the trailer in total?
I thought that...
Not the trailer, the fan film.
Yeah, I mean, I dug it. For what it was, which is, that's what I wanted to talk about, which is, it was meant as a satire,
right?
And you know, and the director, Joseph Kahn, was the director who directed the movie Torque and a couple other little things, but he's done a ton of music videos. If you look at the guy's like music video resume, it's like everyone you can think of he's done. Which is why he, you know, obviously good visually. And he and the producer Adi Shankar, who is, you know, a big producer, did Dread.
And he also he does a lot of these fan films.
He calls them bootlegs. Yeah.
The bootlegs. Pardon me, Adi. Sorry. But he did one that I really loved a lot for Venom. Yeah. With Ryan Quantin.
And they did the Punisher one that was with Thomas Jane.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny since Thomas Jane had officially played the Punisher.
Yes.
And he came back. But yeah, so the director did an interview right when it went up that was like, I think he wanted to get ahead of it and be like, this is a satire.
Right, because he didn't want people thinking. And it's interesting because before I watched it, I had heard rumblings of it. And some people were displeased. Yeah. You know, they felt like it was sort of pissing on a franchise that they loved, and they loved it for its lightheartedness and its silliness and everything that the Power Rangers are and are beloved to be. So I was like, oh wow, that's too bad.
Right,
you know? And then I watched it and I'm like, this is hilarious. It's like, and he said that it was a satire, and it's not poking fun, I don't think, at the Power Rangers.
No, it's Hollywood.
It's poking fun at Hollywood, and it's poking fun at the Hollywood idea of the dark and gritty reboot to the nth degree.
Right, and let's be fair here, it's kind of poking fun in a way at the fans who ask for the dark and gritty reboot, you know, and don't think that they're, you know, who always want it to be darker, darker, darker. And that's what's been funny about when this thing went up, because a lot of people loved it and were like, oh my God, I do want a 2-hour movie of this version of the Power Rangers. Yeah. And like, again, if you haven't seen this thing, it's like R-rated. It's like the Power Rangers themselves are like running around with freaking machine guns.
And they have hit rough times.
They've hit rough times. There are multiple headshots, blood splatter. Yeah. There is the Black Ranger basically in a threesome.
There is nefarious murder everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and by the way, we should say that the girls in that threesome are played by porn stars who, if you look in the closing credits, are supposed to be villains from the Power Rangers. Yeah. There is profanity galore, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a hard R thing. And it's funny because I think if it wasn't, there are elements to it, there are moments in it that I'm like, this would be a really cool movie if it wasn't a dark and gritty Power Rangers movie.
Right.
Only because, you know, that isn't what the Power Rangers is, and if they did it, fine, you know.
Yeah.
But there's this moment when Katie Sackhoff, before the big reveal, she's cut to sort of whispering nefarious, and, you know, she's messing with people's minds and getting them to do things that they should not do, like shoot themselves in the head. And I'm like, that's
spoilers, I guess. Continue.
I'll have to put a spoiler alert on that. Anyway, yes, so she... God. Anyway, I was like, if this was a different film, this would be a really cool moment in it.
Yeah, no, there is a lot of good moments in it. But here's the thing. So I'm someone who, I have a lot of love for Power Rangers. It's pretty ironic because it's like I saw Power Rangers as an adult and I was like, this is ridiculous, but there is something very lovable in its inherent goofiness about it to me. But no, it's like my question for you is like, would you think they ever should do this?
No.
Really do this?
No, I really don't. I mean, I just think no.
Yeah.
I think that it's actually really a brilliantly made satire, and it's I was laughing the whole time, and I was enjoying it. And there, like I said, if he wanted to do a dark and gritty movie, I bet he could make a good one. As a director. But that wasn't what he was trying to do here, and he wasn't advocating that this is how the Power Rangers should be redone. I think he was just making a comment about sort of Hollywood.
Yeah.
So me personally, no, not really. I don't think that the Power Rangers needs that.
Yeah.
And not every movie needs to be dark and gritty.
No. Yeah, and that's the thing is like, and not every, not every, version of a story. I mean, I think Batman is a big example in that. I do agree that if you had to choose, like, dark Batman is probably the best way to go.
Sure.
But there's also been great lighthearted Batman too,
Yeah.
And then there's something like Power Rangers. It's like, no, come on, guys. Like this, you can get a little more serious with it probably. Yeah. And I am curious the tone of the actual feature film that Lionsgate is making.
Yeah.
But to play it the way that fan film did, really play it, if they were to do that, it would just be ridiculous at a certain point.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But Batman makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
As a dark character, and then he's a dark character.
He is a dark character.
Darkness, no parents.
Darkness, no parents.